Today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood components of hybrid vehicles, the braking system. Hybrid Toyotas use two different braking methods working together, and understanding how they interact helps explain why hybrid brake components often last significantly longer than those in conventional gasoline vehicles. The first system is the traditional hydraulic braking system that drivers have relied on for decades. This system works in the familiar way. When the driver presses the brake pedal, hydraulic pressure pushes the brake pads against the rotors, creating friction that slows the vehicle down. Once the pedal is released, the pads retract and the wheels rotate freely again. Alongside this traditional system, Toyota hybrids also use regenerative braking. This is where the hybrid drivetrain begins to play a major role in slowing the car. Instead of immediately relying on friction from the brake pads, the system first uses the electric motor inside the transmission, specifically the motor known as MG2, which is directly connected to the wheels. When the driver presses the brake pedal, MG2 can switch roles and act as a generator rather than a motor. As the wheels continue turning, they spin this generator, producing electricity that is sent back to recharge the hybrid battery. At the same time, the resistance created by generating electricity naturally slows the vehicle down. This process allows the car to recover energy that would normally be lost as heat in traditional braking systems. It also means that in many everyday driving situations, especially during gradual slowing, the hydraulic brakes are barely used. The regenerative system does much of the work while simultaneously recharging the battery. This combination of regenerative braking and traditional hydraulic braking is the foundation of how Toyota hybrid vehicles manage stopping power while improving efficiency. One of the most interesting aspects of Toyota hybrid braking systems is that the brake pedal is not directly connected to the brakes in the same way it is in a traditional vehicle. Instead, the pedal communicates with the hybrid braking system through a component called the stroke simulator. The stroke simulator is a small cylinder connected to the brake pedal. Its main purpose is not to apply braking force directly, but to measure how the driver is pressing the brake pedal. When the driver presses the pedal, the stroke simulator detects how quickly and how strongly the pedal is being pushed. This information is then sent as a signal to the vehicle's control computers. Based on that signal, the system determines how the car should slow down. If the driver is applying the brakes gently, the system may rely mostly on regenerative braking to slow the vehicle while charging the battery. If the driver presses the pedal harder or needs to stop more quickly, the system can begin introducing the traditional hydraulic brakes. The computer responsible for managing this process is commonly referred to as the ABS computer. In Toyota vehicles, it is known as the Skid Control ECU. This control unit gathers information from the brake pedal and other sensors throughout the vehicle and decides exactly how much braking force is needed and which system should provide it. Because of this design, the brake pedal in a hybrid mainly sends instructions to the vehicle's electronic control system rather than directly pushing hydraulic fluid to the brakes. The computers then coordinate the regenerative and hydraulic systems to provide the required stopping power. While regenerative braking handles much of the slowing in a Toyota hybrid, there are situations where the traditional hydraulic brakes must take over. This happens during harder braking, when the vehicle is coming to a complete stop, or when regenerative braking alone cannot provide enough stopping power. Because the brake pedal is not directly pushing hydraulic fluid like it would in a conventional system, the hybrid braking system relies on an electric pump and a pressurized reservoir to activate the hydraulic brakes when they are needed. Inside the system, a pump pressurizes brake fluid and stores it in a small reservoir known as an accumulator. This pressurized fluid remains ready for use at any moment. When the vehicle's computer determines that hydraulic braking is required, it releases some of this stored pressure and directs the fluid to the brake calipers at the wheels. The amount of pressure sent to the brakes is carefully controlled by the system. If only a small amount of braking force is needed, the computer releases a small amount of pressure. If stronger braking is required, more pressure is applied to the brake calipers to slow the vehicle more quickly. Drivers may sometimes notice a brief buzzing sound when using the brakes in a hybrid vehicle. This sound comes from the brake actuator pump as it recharges the accumulator with pressure. The system does not run continuously. Instead, it activates when needed to maintain the correct pressure, so the brakes are always ready to respond immediately. In many modern Toyota hybrids, the system may also pressurize itself when the driver opens the door after the car has been sitting for a while. This prepares the braking system before the vehicle even begins moving, ensuring that the first brake application has full hydraulic pressure available. Toyota's hybrid braking systems are generally very reliable, but like any complex system, they can still experience issues over time. Some older hybrid models, particularly certain second and third generation Prius vehicles and early Highlander hybrids, were known to have occasional problems with components in the brake actuator system. However, in many newer Toyota hybrids, including modern Camry and Highlander hybrids, these issues are far less common, and the systems have proven to be very dependable. One maintenance item that is often discussed with hybrid braking systems is brake fluid. Toyota does not always list regular brake fluid replacement as a required maintenance item in the official schedule. However, brake fluid naturally absorbs moisture over time. Because hybrid braking systems contain many internal components and valves, some technicians recommend replacing the brake fluid periodically to reduce the risk of internal corrosion within the system. Another important topic is what happens if something goes wrong with the hybrid system while the vehicle is being driven. Since the brake pedal normally communicates with computers rather than directly applying hydraulic pressure, it is natural to wonder what would happen if the system failed. Toyota hybrids include a fail-safe design for this situation. If the hybrid system shuts down or a major malfunction occurs, the braking system can switch into a manual mode that allows the driver to apply the front brakes directly. In this situation, the brake pedal becomes much harder to press because the power assistance normally provided by the system is no longer available. The braking force is reduced, but the vehicle can still slow down and stop. This behavior is similar to what happens in a traditional gasoline vehicle if the engine shuts off and the driver loses brake assist. The pedal becomes very firm and requires more effort, but the brakes still function. Understanding this system also explains why brake components on Toyota hybrids often last much longer than expected. Because regenerative braking handles much of the deceleration during everyday driving, the conventional brake pads and rotors are used far less frequently. In many cases, hybrid vehicles can travel well over 150,000 miles on their original brake components. When the brakes are eventually replaced, it is often due to rust or age rather than normal wear from heavy use. This combination of regenerative braking, computer-controlled hydraulic assistance, and built-in fail-safe design is what allows Toyota hybrid vehicles to deliver both efficiency and dependable braking performance. So, I hope this gives you an idea of how things work with the hybrid brake system. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for future videos. Thanks for watching.